Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel and welcome to Financial Juneteenth, the Facebook page. I thought that I would go through something that I think will help you guys in terms of your wealth building journey. You guys have seen lately that the stock market has been having some ups and downs, a lot of issues and stuff like that. But one of the things that I want to remind you guys is that in the Black Business School, one of the things we talk about consistently is focusing on the three pillars of wealth. The three pillars of wealth are stock and bond investing, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. So one of the things I want you to do is to always think about all the different ways to make money, not just, one. Just because one has worked for a while, that doesn't mean it's always going to work. That's why diversification is so important. Good morning. Let me see. I see Jason and Monique and Asha from Stockholm. Very nice, Stockholm. I've never been to Stockholm, but I should visit. Okay, so also everybody, welcome. Good morning on the Black Financial Channel. TheBlackFinancialChannel.com. That's where we do financial analysis on a daily basis. So if you haven't subscribed to TheBlackFinancialChannel.com, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and also hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever we go live. And good morning to Peace and Ammo and Candace, and I see Stockton and Springfield, Illinois. Please hit the thumbs up button. Shout out your city that you're coming in from. Shout out your city. All right. So here's one of the things I saw this article that I thought I would analyze for you really quick. It has to do with, or the title is that real estate is still the best investment you can make. Millionaires say, here's why. And a lot of these things, a lot of the points made in the article confirm things that I've, talked about with my students in the Black Business School, and that our real estate experts in the Black Business School, like Julie and Gordon, I'd like to double confirm. But let me go ahead and kind of break this down for you really quick. The first point that they make is there's a real estate investor who says owning made me rich. Her name is Barbara Corcoran. She's the founder of the Corcoran Group. She's a podcast host of Business Unusual, and she's a judge on Shark Tank. And she says, buying real estate made me rich, mostly through necessity, not by design. I bought my first itty bitty studio after scraping together a few bucks because I needed to live somewhere anyway. A few years later, the studio doubled in value, giving me enough cash to plunk down 50% on a 1-bedroom apartment. That soon rolled into a 2-bedroom and then a 3-bedroom, and finally landed me in my 10-room penthouse on 5th Avenue, New York City. So buying that tiny studio was the most important decision I made because it got me in the game. And I talk to you guys consistently about how, the world treats wealth builders very differently from the way it treats workers. Workers work much harder. There's no question about that. But wealth builders are in a position where they benefit from capital gains. Capital gains taxes are lower than the taxes you get from work. Plus, you don't have to work for capital gains. You just get capital gains because the value of assets go up. They just, especially real estate, because you can't make any more real estate. They can't, water down the value of real estate by mass producing real estate. So ultimately, what she's saying is that by jumping the fence and getting into the game, she was able to get the capital gains benefits, which ultimately led to her having the ability to build wealth by selling the asset later and then doubling up and constantly flipping. Or as Dame Dash says in our Intelligent Boss Moves program, he talks about the flip, right? So that's pretty much all it is. It's a bunch of flipping. Hey, Doc, everyone, how you all doing today? Good morning, David K. and Richard Malvo. Just so in case you guys want to know, later on drboystv.com at 2 p.m., Dr. Claude Anderson is going to come through and he's going to talk about the Amber Geiger trial, and specifically the fact that the black judge and the defendants or the victim's brother were hugging the lady that was convicted of murder. That goes back to a concept from slavery called meritorious manumission, where basically you were rewarded as a slave for showing kindness to white folks or making them feel better about their lives or whatever, like in The Help, when he's like, you is good, you is impotent, and so he has a whole analysis on this. So I look forward to seeing that. So at 2:15 p.m. Eastern, if you're watching this on October 3rd, 2019, at 2:15 p.m. Eastern, you can find it there. And if you're watching after that, just look up Boyce Watkins and Claude Anderson and Amber Geiger, and you'll find the video. It'll be out there somewhere. All right. So let's see. The second thing, residential properties can generate income year round. So says Bethany Frankel, who is the founder of Skinny Girl and Be Strong. She says, investing in real estate is a great idea if you are in it for the long haul, not for a quick return. That's true, because real estate is what they call an illiquid asset. Illiquid assets are assets that cannot be easily converted in cash without a significant loss in value. So stocks are pretty liquid. You can sell them for pretty much, what the market price is at that moment, and you can do it within minutes, maybe within seconds. Real estate, you can't do that. With real estate, you got to put the house on the market. You have to sell, you have to look for a buyer. You got to go through these, these inefficient markets to sell a house. It's a very different process. And she says your best bet is investing in residential properties that produce rental income year round. Just make sure you understand all the associated legal fees and are prepared for the unexpected costs. That's true. Real estate, it can be tough because there is a higher amount of know-how required to invest in real estate than there is for stocks and bonds. But you can get in on the basic level by maybe taking a short little class or reading a book on it or watching a few videos. The second thing about it is it does require cash if you're talking about maintaining property. So really talking to somebody who knows what they're doing can be beneficial. But ownership really is important in this country. That's the difference between the people that struggle and the people that have wealth. Grant Cardone says the right investment will continue to appreciate. So Grant Cardone, he's a New York Times best-selling author. He's also a sales expert. Grant Cardone actually reached out to me. He wanted to come on my YouTube channel after I did a video in which I discussed him, and I told him I didn't have any interest in having him on my channel because I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't see what the benefit would be. I just, but maybe one day it'll happen. Real estate is real, and it's always a good idea to put your money in real assets. But let me be clear, that doesn't mean that all real estate is a good idea. I only buy certain types of properties, generally multifamily ones in upscale locations that provide consistent cash flow and great potential for future appreciation. I stay away from low-income areas and single-family homes, but even those assets are probably a better place to store your money than letting cash depreciate while sitting in a bank. I agree. And I understand the challenge with low-income areas and single-family homes, but I actually like low-income areas to a point. I think you just kind of have to know what's going on and will know what you're dealing with, though, because you deal with low-income areas. Just even basic things like collecting rent can be tough sometimes. I know people that invest in the south side of Chicago in some of the rougher neighborhoods who are dealing with just some non-financial challenges that really shouldn't be there. So I don't think that he's totally off base with that. But I do think that there's a lot of good values in the hood, though, because, the fact that nobody wants to be there means these property values do drop. But I do believe that these areas eventually become gentrified and fixed up. And I think that we're kind of in a lull, in a 20, 30-year sort of down cycle in Black communities. I think they're going to continue to get better over time. Buying is smarter than renting, says Peter Hernandez, president of the Western region of Douglas Elliman, founder and president of Tellez Properties. Most millionaires I know made more money from owning real estate than any other investment. Real estate consistently increases in value over time and outperforms other investments. I don't think that part's true. That outperforms other investments. That hasn't been my experience, but hey. Plus, it isn't as vulnerable to short-term fluctuations as the stock market. Yeah, but that's only because you don't have an efficient market with real estate where prices are being updated on a daily basis. If you only saw stock prices once a month, the same way with real estate, like real estate, you only know the value when it gets appraised. And so sometimes you may only get an appraisal a couple of times a year. But if there was a liquid market where real estate values were going up and down, imagine if you could look in your phone every day and see what the value of your home is every day, then you would see fluctuations just the same way you see with the stock market. So I think that the fluctuations are there. They're just not as clear as they are in a transparent, highly liquid market. But the benefit of a highly liquid market is that you always have a place to go in case you need cash and you want to sell your asset. Real estate doesn't have that. It's illiquid. Plus, it isn't as vulnerable to short-term fluctuations as the stock market. You get a tangible, usable asset, whether you're renting out an apartment or commercial building for income or buying a home. And there can also be tax benefits for investment properties. All these things are true. It's always a good time to buy real estate. In fact, the real wealth is made by buying when everyone else is selling and vice versa. While many are talking about a recession, the market is strong with increasing prices and transactions. Renting a one-bedroom apartment can cost $5,000 a month in certain neighborhoods today, yet you can buy a $1 million house with just a $4,000 a month mortgage payment. And the rate is fixed for 30 years, the best kind of rent control. So why would you rent? Besides, if you rent your property to someone else, you can cover your mortgage or better. So that's a good point. And the last person on here, Holly Parker, who is an award-winning broker who made $8 billion in sales, talks about the tax benefits. Real estate has incredible tax benefits in certain situations. You don't have to pay taxes on your gains from investment properties. You can also get a $250,000 tax break as an individual and $500,000 as a married couple. The wealthiest people collect property the way they used to collect cars. Interest rates are low, prices have fallen, and you don't have to tie up a lot of cash in the investment. At the same time, more people are choosing to rent instead of own. You can have a lucrative rental property using other people's money to cover the mortgage, taxes, and upkeep. Long story short, the people that really are, want to win are the ones who go into the ownership side of real estate. So what I would say to you guys is that if you want to move your family ahead, a couple of things. One, learn real estate yourself. Maybe get together with some family members you trust and consider buying some rental property together. That's a good way to bond, a good way to move forward in your lives. Or two, make sure your children know about real estate. Their children by the age of 12 should understand the three pillars of wealth: stock investing, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship takes the longest to master. So they should be consistently introduced to cultures of entrepreneurs so they know how to go and make more money in case their job isn't paying them enough money. You don't want your child to be caught in an income trap where they're living paycheck to paycheck and struggling and stressed out and can't pay their student loans. A person who's economically flexible, who knows how to go out and make money like that, is usually going to be happiest when it comes to their financial situation because they know that they can always go out and make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month pretty easily. In fact, actually, Danielle Pierce has this this ebook. She has on, I think, 100 different ways to make an extra $2,000 a month. Her site is economicelevation.com. That's economicelevation.com. So feel free to go to economicelevation.com and check that out. Also, if you want to check out the Black Business School and talk to one of our specialists right now, they're on the line with you. We have a real estate program, the Black REI Group, where Julian Gordon is actually teaching lots of people how to buy multifamily property. And it's very, very good. It's an excellent program, better than anything you'll get in college. So feel free to go to theblackbusinessschool.com. That's theblackbusinessschool.com. You can chat with them right now through text, email, phone, whatever you want to do. All right, guys. So have a good day. Some of you asked about this shirt. We actually do have a site where we sell shirts. It's on wokeblacktees.com. That's wokeblacktees.com. So feel free to go to wokeblacktees.com and check it out. And last but not least, I'll be in New York doing an investment summit on the 27th of October. So if you live near New York or would like to fly in for the day or for the weekend, I think you would enjoy it. You can go to drboycenewyork.com. That's drboycenewyork.com. So feel free to check that out. All right, guys. Have a good day, and I'm going to get out of here. I got to get back to work, but I'll talk to you guys soon. And don't forget, later on today, Dr. Claude Anderson will be on drboycetv.com about 2:15 p.m. Eastern, and we got a lot to talk about. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Have a great day. Be good. Peace.